everyone. Today is January 27, 2025, and we will have a pre-bid conference for 2 infra projects. Before we start, may I call on Engineer Angel Las Piñas to lead a prayer. May I call on Engineer Damas Canillas for the determination of the quorum.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're holding our pre-bid conference for 2 civil works projects. I would like to present the participants for today's activity. Engineer Martin De Coperio, BAC Chairperson.
Present.
Engineer Rafi Ibanez, BAC Vice Chairperson. Mr. Dan Isquera, Regular Member. Engineer Resurrection was Junior Provisional Member. Engineer Francis Deo Calawod, Provisional Member and User for Maintenance Projects. Engineer Foylan Josue, Head TWG. Engineer Rique Estrella, Member TWG. Engineer John Bianson, Member TWG. Engineer Roberto Rizal Paranog, Member TWG. Engineer Meljonic Anas, Member TWG. Engineer N. Angel Espinas, Member TWG. Yours truly, Engineer Telmas Canillas as Head BAC Secretariat. Architect Golamir Nice, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Cecil Gonzon, Member BAC Secretariat.
Present.
Mrs. Rodita Aban, Member BAC Secretariat. Mr. Eddie Favila, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Mary Christy Grafani, Member BAC Secretariat.
Present.
So there is a quorum. We have also invited observers for this activity, but they are not around. Please be informed that we are live streaming via our YouTube account. I will now turn over the microphone to our BAC Chairperson, Engineer Martin De Coperio, to proceed for the pre-bid conference properly.
Thank you, Mama Ted. To continue, may I call on Engineer Francis Deo Calawod to continue the proceedings.
We have the first project, we have the contract name, Rehabilitation of Flood Control Structure along Sibalom River, Barangay Bagumbayan, Remigio, Antique, with a contract ID number 24GB0157. Contract location, Barangay Bagumbayan, Remigio, Antique. Brief description of the contract is Rehabilitation of Flood Control Structure with the approved budget for the contract amounting to 10,412,350. Source of fund is SR 2024-12-02-3150. Contract duration is 115 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 25,000 with a pickup license small B. For the second project, we have rehabilitation of Odiong Sibalom, Remigio, Leon Road. Kilometer 120 plus 460 to kilometer 120 plus 510. Barangay Calag-itan, Remigio, Antique. The contract ID number 24GB0158. Contract location, Barangay Calag-itan, Remigio, Antique. The brief description of the contract is construction of slope protection with the approved budget for the contract, 10,063,020 pesos. The source of fund is SR 2024-12-023150 with a contract duration of 98 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 25,000 with a pickup license range of small b. For the documents comprising the bid, we have the first envelope, named as the technical component envelope, the Class A documents. The legal documents are A. Valid PhilJEPS registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. B is the registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives or its equivalent document. C. Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located. D is the tax clearance per Executive Order number 398, Series of 2005, as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For the valid PhilJEPS registration certificate platinum membership, as per GPPB Resolution 15-2021, effective January 1, 2022, bidder shall only submit a valid and updated PhilJEPS certificate for registration and membership in lieu of the following Class A documents: A. SEC or DTI or CBA. B. The mayor's or the business permit. C. Tax clearance. D. Audited financial statement. And E. The PCAP registration. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. For the technical documents, we have A. The statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. B. The statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. C. The Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board of the PCAP license or special PCAP license in case of joint ventures. D. The original copy of bid security, if in the form of surety bond. Submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid security declaration. E. The project requirements. We have the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data, the list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be, and the list of the contractor's minimum material testing equipment as per Department Order 11 Series of 2017. For F, the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project as per DEO 9 Series of 2012, the technical requirements for civil works projects for public bidding. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded to the contract. And 2, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. These certifications shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. Also, to be verified, during post-qualification is the list of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. For the financial documents, the prospective bidder's audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of submission. The prospective bidder's computation for the net financial contracting capacity and FCC. For the Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or the duly notarized statements from all the potential joint ventures partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Note, under paragraph 6 of the invitation to bid states that only authorized liaison officer duly registered in the civil works application of the DPWH Central Office with a presentation with his or her ID shall be allowed to transact, purchase, and draft bids for the manual submission. For the second envelope, we have the financial component envelope. We have the original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. The other documentary requirements under RA 9184 are original or duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, the duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and the cash flow by quarter. For the ITP clause 18.2 of bid data sheet, the bid corrections or any corrections as well as erasures made in the financial documents, including the discounts offered and the methodology of their applications, must be duly signed or initialed. For the section 8, the bill of quantities, the signature box. A signature box shall be added to the bottom of each page of the bill of quantities, where the authorized representative of the bidder shall affix his signature. Failure of the authorized representative to sign each and every page of the bill of quantities shall be a cause for rejection of his bid. The bid security. The bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security. For the cash or cashier's manager's check, we have the bid security amounting to 2% of the ABC, as well as the bank guarantee draft or irrevocable LC, 2% of ABC. The surety bond, callable upon demand, is 5% of the ABC, and the bid security declaration has no percentage required. The bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. For sealing and marking of bids, each bidder shall submit original copy 1 and copy 2 of the first and second components of each bid. All documents must be in A4 size bond paper. The deadline for submission of bid is on February 7, 2025, 10 o'clock a.m. In the opening and preliminary examination of the bids, the BAC shall open the bids in public using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the invitation to bid. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. For the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, the BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated pass using a non-discretionary pass or fail criteria. The BAC shall consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, such as 1. The completeness of the bids. unless the instruction to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable, bill of quantities shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. In this regard, where our required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive. But specifying as 0 or dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for. 2. The arithmetic corrections. Consider computational errors and omissions to enable proper comparison of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modifications if expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustments shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. In section 32.2.3, in case of discrepancies between bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. Total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of the item, the latter shall prevail. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. For unit cost in detailed estimates and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. For post-qualification, the post-qualification shall verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents, the license certificates, submitted by the LCB or the lowest calculated bidder. The criteria shall consider but shall not be limited to the following. A. The legal requirements. To verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any copies, as provided in section 25.3 of the IRR. B. The technical requirements. To determine compliance of the infrastructure projects offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including where applicable. 1. The verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience, and the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the project for the procurement of the infrastructure projects. 2. Verification of availability and commitment and or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating conditions of equipment units to be owned or leased or other purchased by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts, if any of these ongoing contracts shows. A. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. B. The failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. C. The failure of the contractor to commence repair works on the contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. D. The substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of the inspection. With the financial requirements, to verify, validate, and ascertain that the bid price proposal for the bidder and the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. For signing of the contract, the documents required in section 37.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 shall form part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the PDS. DEO 227, series of 2024, dated November 28, 2024. Suspension of DEO 148, series of 2024, dated August 12/2024. Guidelines on the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants project engineers. This directive to suspend the application of DEO number 148 series of 2024 shall not apply to the implementation and construction of buildings and bridges. Thus, for construction of buildings and bridges, accredited project engineers shall be assigned by the contractors and or the consultants. The limits of assignment. For PE2, 10 contracts located within the same regions for simultaneous assignments, but not with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion. For PE1, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion. For professional project engineers, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Calabal. Any concern? So, if there is none, our pre-bid conference ended 10:47. 10:40.